Hey everyone, this is Trader AG and welcome to a quick daily morning update. Today is Friday, so I'm going to run you through the scalp positions that you could take today based on the order flow confluence that we will have on the chart. Now, if you have not watched yesterday's video, the link is in the description. I have talked you through the higher time frame trades on the chart that we currently have, and today in this video, it's specifically going to be about what you can do today to make money. Right? It's going to be very low time frame. I'm going to give you some scalp positions and tell you what I'm expecting for the Middle East session and the New York session that is coming up. Now, as you can see on my chart, there are 7 different levels, which are very important for me. And those ones are like this. We have the daily high, we have the weekly value area low, we have the weekly point of control to the upside. To the downside, we have the daily low, previous day's low, macro range point of control, and the daily level at 67,820. Now, the reason why I have pulled the daily high, daily low, and the previous day's low is because I want you to pay attention to what kind of levels that we have on the chart. You can see the daily low was coming in at 68,240 and the previous day's low was coming in at 68,072. Now, these two levels are very close to each other. And when I see that during Asia session specifically, what I usually think about is, okay, those look like a very good liquidity on the chart, and in most cases, right, those kind of lows get run at some point of the day. So right now my focus is how can I trade in a way where my positions should give me an edge over the market, and statistically we should be going to a direction where the market is showing me that there is liquidity at. In this case, the liquidity for me is on the low side, right? We have the previous day's low very close to the daily low right here. So this zone for me is a zone where I would be looking to target if I were to take a short position. With that being said, would I take a short position right now? Well, in my opinion, if you were to take a short position here, you would have a bit of a hard time finding a good stop loss, right? So let's say, for example, you have a short position right here and you end up taking it like this. Stop loss above the daily high and targeting the previous day's low. Well, that gives you a 1.5 hour trade, which I don't like too much, because if we look at the order flow as well, there are no bearish divergences, there are no increasing open interest, we don't see trapped longs coming in on the chart. So if you were to take a short here based on the levels that we have on the chart, you're kind of trading blindly, right? If I go on the coin analyze chart we have right now, you can see the BTC USD Bybit chart, the CVD is pushing down, which is showing us that there are bullish divergences. However, these divergences are being formed because the people on the market are actually leaving their short positions, right? So if I'm seeing the people leaving their positions and the CVD is on the bullish side, is it smart for me to take a short position? Well, in my opinion, no, right? I'd rather wait for higher prices. I'd rather see a liquidity level getting run before I take a position. And in this case, for me, the best liquidity on the market are these 3 levels, right? The daily high is a very nice level. So if the market is to push higher during this session and go above these highs and have a swing failure pattern like this, right? It could be like this as well. I would be interested in a short position right here. So what I would like to see here would be a couple things. Number one, I would like to see trapped longs, right? Because I want to see people longing here. I want to see people saying that these are the daily lows, so we can have some liquidity if the market reverses. Number two, I want to see some bearish CVD divergences. So I'd like to see a big player joining the market with limit short positions at these levels, so I have confidence that a big player is also siding with me with this position. Number three, I would like to see increasing open interest, because if we see increasing market participation in this zone, this means that we have potentially a daily high or daily low forming. And in this case, obviously, a daily high could be forming right here. So a couple of these things right here has to line up with the levels that we have, but you can see that if you were to take this short position from the swing failure pattern of these highs, well, you would have a much better RR, right? You would have your stop loss above these highs, which would be 0.33%, and targeting the previous day's low, that would be 4.39 R. So much better position than what you could have here, which would be a 1.5 R, and you would not have the order flow confluence. On the other hand, if the market was to push down from here, and let's say the market decided to push lower and you're seeing the previous day's low and the daily low being swept, well, we do have some nice levels below us as well. The macro range point of control and the daily level coming in at 67 to 67.8K here in this like a $200 zone is very nice levels. And you would also have a little bit of confluence of, again, the same idea with the sweep, right? The daily low and previous day's low being swept, the liquidity is being run right here, and the market pushes down, right? Hits the daily level here, pushes up again, and then you claim these levels. Well, what would you look for here? I'd look for the exact opposite things that I'm looking for when we are sweeping the highs. For me, the best signs for entering the market here would be trapped shorts, because I'd like to see people joining the market here expecting a bigger continuation to the downside. I'd like to see increasing open interest, right? The increasing market participation is number one sign for us to enter the market. And also we want to see some bullish CVD divergences at this zone so that we can have a confluence of, okay, a big player is actually siding with us in this position, which means that we have a better chance of winning the trade. And if this happens, well, you can enter this market in two ways. For me, number one, if you're a professional trader and if you've been doing this for a long time, you could even enter the market right here, because if I'm seeing bullish CVD divergences from here, from this local day level down to the Monday low that we have, I could end up taking a long position here because I know how to read the order flow at these lows. However, if you want a safer entry, if you're not using order flow at all, well, just look for what we are seeing on the chart, on the 30-minute chart, right? So go to your 30-minute chart and see how the market is reacting. If you're seeing a candle pushing down and then the next 30-minute candle going above these previous day's lows, that's a very nice daily low sweep. And when that happens, that usually gives you a very good RR trade. So in this case, if you take the safe position here, this would be it. You would have your stop loss below these lows, right? You wait for market to go below the previous day's low, and then you wait for the market to give you a 30-minute candle that's above the previous day's low. And if that's the case, I'd say the best target here would be the single prints that are laying above at $70,000. These single prints were left behind from the drop that we had yesterday. And for me, when you have a single print row that is being put in during middle E session, those usually tend to get filled more often than they don't. So for me, this would be a very nice trade right here, where you would have 8R on your trade. And if you were to lose a trade again, like, do I think that 1 out of 8 of these trades win? Definitely, I do believe so. So for me, this is a very nice long scalp long setup that you could be looking at for today. So with that said, now you have two zones that you could be looking at. And for me, the best thing to do here is you can mark those levels like this. So rectangle here, weekly point of control, weekly value area low. I'd say this zone right here is where you look for bearish divergences. You're looking for the market to show you some signs of a big player entering the market with short orders, right? And you're looking for trapped longs. And on the other side, here is a local zone where you're looking for trapped shorts, increasing open interest, and bullish CVD divergences that tells you, okay, well, there is people here who are limit longing the market. And if I'm trying to enter the market, the best thing to do here would be looking for longs with them. So the short zone is much bigger. The longing zone is much smaller. However, that does not mean that the RR will be worse at the highs as well. Like I said, if you're seeing the market push up today, especially in this current session, if the market is pushing higher and let's say hitting this weekly value area low and sweeping the high that we had right here as well, and then here is when you're seeing the divergences being formed, and let's say you end up taking the short here, I think that still gives you a very nice setup here, right? If you take it like this, have your stop loss above these highs, and you end up looking for those lows, that gives you a 2.62R short setup. So a very nice one. Like I said, you just need to be patient. You just need to understand that you need to have the order flow confluence to take these trades. And if you have those, and if you have some sort of guidance and you have some sort of understanding of these levels, I can promise you that you will be in a much better position that you are currently in now. If you want to know when I'm entering these trades or the daily updates that we have every single hour, basically at this point, you can always join the tag team. Again, I'll be on Discord all day long looking for these setups. And like I said, right now I've updated my team already. This is the long that I'm looking for on the market. And I am already in my short position from 71.7K. I have no reason to close it. I'm very happy inside. And yeah, right now, like I said, if you want to know exactly when I enter these positions, you can always join Tag Team. If you want to learn about the education that we have, which covers the range trading, Exocharts, TPO, and also the basics tools like the VWAP, like the key trading hours, Fibonacci, all of these is inside the Tag Team. The link is in the description. You're welcome to join. So that's it for me. If you enjoyed this video and if this was informative, please leave a like. Again, I love seeing your support and it always pushes me to do more videos. And if you want more updates, Tag Team is there. If you want to see more of me, you can always go on to my Twitter as well. I'll be active on there as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you hopefully either tomorrow or Sunday. Adios.